Archangel Michael says, tonight a truth is unfolding that will shake your heart and open your eyes. People who once broke you, who once shattered your peace, are not walking back into your life by accident. There is a hidden reason, a divine order, and it is being revealed to you now. The night feels heavy, the air carries whispers of memories that were buried long ago. Those who left you bleeding with silence, those who turned away when you needed them most, suddenly reappear. Their footsteps echo, not because they love, but because the hand of destiny demands it. They come not to heal you, but to remind you of the lesson that still lingers. They are drawn back like shadows pulled by the flame of your soul's light. What they once destroyed, they now witness reborn within you. Even in their return, pain clings to their presence, but so does the clarity you once lacked. They come back so you can see their mask fall, so you can close the door yourself this time. This is not about them. It is about your power finally rising. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Their return is not about love, it is about unfinished circles. Heaven sends them as mirrors, reflecting the wounds you carried so you may finally heal them. The universe refuses to let your spirit remain chained to what once broke you. Archangel Michael says, every soul that reappears after hurting you is carrying a silent assignment. They test your growth, they force you to stand taller, they make you confront what you once ignored. Without their return, your healing would remain incomplete. They come back because your energy shifted. They feel the strength you have built in silence, and it unsettles their own spirit. Their reappearance is confirmation that you are no longer the person they once wounded. Their presence is not a gift, but a signpost. You were meant to rise higher, and heaven allows their shadows to cross your path only so you can shine brighter. Their return is not for reconciliation. It is for revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Every scar they gave you carries power now. The very pain that once broke your nights is the light that calls them back to your door. It is not love, it is recognition, your strength draws them near. They feel guilt, they feel the weight of their choices, and they hope your forgiveness will set them free. But heaven reminds you, this time, you choose, this time you hold the key. Their return is proof that the cycle belongs to you now. You are not the victim anymore, you are the gatekeeper. When they come back, it is your chance to decide if the story ends or continues. This is heaven's way of showing you your own power. Their re-entry is a divine test. It is not about their apologies, but about your decision. They return to give you the final word, and the final choice belongs to you. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They cannot stay long, because their souls are unsettled. They come back to taste your presence, but your energy no longer bends. Their time with you is brief, because heaven has closed their chapter. Still, their shadow must pass before you, so you can release the last piece of pain. You see them differently now, no longer as a lover, a friend, or a family bond, but as a lesson you have outgrown. That is the only reason they return. The circle was never complete until you spoke your silence into strength. Their return is the closing of that circle. The pain they caused was never the end, it was only the beginning of your rebirth. Archangel Michael says, heaven uses their reappearance as your final cleansing. What was once broken is now restored, and their presence shows you the contrast of who you were and who you are. They come back only for that moment of revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They thought leaving you would end your story. But now, seeing your light, they realize you were never destroyed, you were refined. They return because their spirit cannot comprehend your transformation. Your growth haunts them. Your silence echoes in their conscience. They need to see what you have become without them, for that is the judgment heaven has set. You are not meant to hold their hand again. You are meant to hold the truth in your heart, that you survived, and you conquered. Their return is the final sign that the past has no power over you anymore. This is the mystery, revealed at last. They come back not to bless you, but because your spirit's glow calls them unconsciously. And when they arrive, you stand taller, because you no longer need what once shattered you. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The door opens not with sound, but with a chill in the air. You feel them before you see them, the weight of their presence pressing into the room. They carry the same face, but their eyes reveal a storm that was never there before. Their return is like a ghost walking back from the ashes. They speak softly, pretending innocence, but the silence between their words is louder than thunder. Heaven whispers, "You are not the same soul they left behind." This is not a reunion, it is a revelation. Their presence is proof that time bends when destiny demands. The path you once shared had to be crossed again for closure. Archangel Michael says, this cycle is heaven's design. People who hurt you return, not to love, but to release the final chain. That is why tonight feels heavier than your memories. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The reason they come back is not hidden in their mouth, but in your heart. Heaven knows you never deserved the scars, yet those scars became your power. Now their soul trembles as they stand before the very light they once tried to dim. Their guilt is not spoken, but it drips from every glance. They wonder how you survived without them, how you grew stronger when they expected you to fall. Their return is the mirror of your strength. They thought time would erase you. They thought silence would bury you. But now they return, because heaven will not let them forget the truth. They broke you, but they could not end you. And in their shadow, you see your own crown rising. The return is not their victory, it is yours. They walk back into your life to show you the throne you now sit upon. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The only reason they come back is because heaven has commanded the unfinished to be finished. They are not here for love, they are here for the judgment of truth. You are no longer tied to them by pain, you are tied only by the lesson. They tremble because they cannot control you anymore. They see the wall of strength around you, built with tears, nights of silence, and the voice of heaven itself. And now they know they cannot cross it. Archangel Michael says, tonight you must remember, you are the chosen one. Their return is the sign of your release. What once felt like chains now feels like wings. They were meant to return, not for your heart, but for your freedom. When they walk back, the circle ends, and your spirit begins. That is heaven's design. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The night grows heavier as their voice cracks in front of you. They speak of memories you had locked away, hoping to stir the fire of your old wounds. But heaven protects you now, and the flames no longer burn the same way. They do not realize that you have already risen beyond their reach. What once shattered your sleep now bows before your strength. Their reappearance is not a threat, it is your confirmation. Archangel Michael says, their return is not mercy, it is justice. Every soul that hurt you must stand before the light they once denied. That is why they come crawling back into your story. The universe demands balance. The pain you carried must be witnessed by the ones who caused it. Their re-entry is heaven's way of making them face what they thought was forgotten. Type Amen to get blessing 222. They left you when storms broke your heart. But now, as your skies shine clear, they crave your warmth again. They are not here for love, they are here because your light exposes their darkness. They wonder how you glow so brightly without them. They question why your silence feels louder than their excuses. They are pulled back because heaven forces them to confront the truth. You are no longer the broken soul they once knew. You are the fire that survived their coldness. Their return is simply proof that heaven has rewritten your story. The only reason they come back is because their soul cannot rest until they see you rise. And heaven ensures they witness your strength before you shut the door forever. Type Amen to get blessing 313. They thought they could leave you in ruins, but destiny refuses to let it end that way. They must see you shining, healed, and untouchable. That is why they stand in front of you again, trembling. Their excuses fall flat because your spirit no longer bends. You listen, but you do not surrender. Their presence only fuels your power now. Archangel Michael says, their return is heaven's reminder, you were chosen to rise, not to remain broken. Their reappearance is the final chapter of a story you already conquered. You are free. What they wanted to destroy has become untouchable. And now heaven makes them see it with their own eyes. That is the only reason they are here again. Type Amen to get blessing 414. The night closes in, and silence becomes the stage for truth. They stand before you, eyes heavy with regret, but heaven whispers that regret is not enough. Their return is not for reconciliation, it is for revelation. They are drawn back, not by love, but by the weight of unfinished destiny. The universe does not allow wounds to remain open forever. Their arrival marks the end of the story, not the restart of it. Archangel Michael says, every soul who once hurt you must see your transformation. They must face the reality that what they tried to break now stands unshaken. That is why their shadow has returned to your doorstep. You feel no fear now, only clarity. Their presence no longer controls your heartbeat. This is heaven's way of proving that your spirit has conquered. Type Amen to get blessing 515. They cannot undo what they did, but they are forced to witness your healing. This is their silent punishment, to see you glow while their conscience drowns. The only reason they came back is so heaven could let them see your light. They talk about the past, but you no longer live there. Their words float empty, while your silence speaks louder than thunder. You have already chosen freedom. The universe spins, and the balance is restored. You no longer chase what once abandoned you. Instead, Their soul chases your shadow because heaven has reversed the roles. This is the final chapter, the one heaven always intended. Their reappearance is not your weakness, it is your coronation. You stand taller because you know why they came back. Type Amen to get blessing 616. They thought they could vanish forever, but destiny tied them to your closure. Their spirit was restless until they returned to face you. That is the weight of divine order. You see them clearly now, without illusions. No love, no longing, only the truth remains. And the truth is, their return was never about you needing them, it was about them needing you. Archangel Michael says, heaven wanted you to see this moment. To know that those who hurt you return only because your spirit outgrew their chains. That is the secret behind their reappearance. Your heart no longer breaks, it shines. Your soul no longer begs, it commands. Their return is not power, it is surrender before your strength. Type Amen to get blessing 717. The reason is simple, heaven completes every circle. They return because destiny refuses to let them walk away without bowing before your glow. Their steps back into your life are the proof that you have won. They are not here for love. They are not here for forgiveness. They are here to close the wound once and for all. You do not need their apology to heal. You do not need their presence to feel whole. Heaven has already written your victory in fire. Now you understand, the only reason they return after hurting you is because the universe wants you to see what you have become. Their shadow is proof of your light. Their weakness is proof of your power. Type Amen to get blessing 818. And so the circle ends tonight. Their chapter closes, your crown remains. What once destroyed you now bows before your rebirth. Archangel Michael says, remember this truth, they return not because they love, but because heaven demands the lesson be complete. And you, chosen one, are the final word in their story. Walk forward now, stronger than ever. The past has no claim on you. The future is your throne. This is your victory, written by heaven, sealed by light, and witnessed by those who once broke you. The story ends here, and your freedom begins. Type Amen to get blessing 919. The night does not end even when they leave. Their shadow lingers, reminding you of a pain that once lived in your chest. But heaven reminds you, their return was the final key to your freedom. You walk in silence, yet every step feels like thunder now. What once was broken inside you now beats like an unshaken drum of strength. You have faced the storm, and you are still standing. Archangel Michael says, you are not defined by who hurt you, you are defined by how you rose above it. Their re-entry was never meant to shake you, but to prove you cannot be shaken anymore. That is the hidden reason they came back. They are restless now, because your silence holds more power than their 1,000 words. They thought they were the ending, but destiny proved them wrong. You are the beginning they could never destroy. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Their conscience will never sleep peacefully again. For the rest of their life, they will remember your strength, your survival, your glow. That is heaven's justice. They may walk away again, but this time the weight is on their soul, not yours. They carry the guilt, while you carry the crown. Every return from the past is heaven's way of saying, you have completed the lesson. You don't need to open old doors anymore. Your spirit has already stepped into a new palace of light. Now the story is sealed. What they thought was weakness has turned into eternal strength. That is why heaven let them come back one last time. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. They were never the reason for your destiny. They were only the reason you discovered your strength. And now the universe has removed them from your path forever. Your healing is the final judgment they must face. You are untouchable now, because you have seen the truth. They cannot hurt you again. Archangel Michael says, when the past returns, it is not to repeat, it is to remind. And when you see them, you realize you have already won. That is heaven's justice written in fire. The crown rests on your soul now. The pain has become power. And their return is only proof of your unstoppable journey. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The silence after their presence feels louder than their words. You realize heaven never allowed them back for your heart, but for your crown. Their footsteps were the echo of your destiny closing an old door. They came back so you could see yourself clearly. Not the broken version they left behind, but the radiant one who rose stronger. That is the mirror heaven wanted you to face. Archangel Michael says, sometimes the past walks back, not to stay, but to bow. They thought they still had power over you, but heaven wrote otherwise. You now stand taller than every shadow. They are haunted now, because your glow is beyond their reach. They wanted you weak, but heaven turned your weakness into fire. That is why they were sent back. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Every tear you once cried has now become a sword of strength. They return only to see how unshaken you are. The universe always restores balance. They feel the weight of your silence, heavier than their excuses. They cannot undo what has been done, and heaven does not allow it. Their return is their judgment, not your burden. You walk past them now, without fear. You don't need closure from their lips, heaven already gave you closure in your soul. That is the secret behind their sudden reappearance. The circle is now sealed. What once was broken has turned to gold. Their presence is just the final proof of your victory. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. Their shadow will never harm you again. Heaven will not allow the same wound twice. Their return was the ending, not the beginning. They came to remind you that the past has no hold over your spirit. You hold the keys now, and every door opens for your future. Their silence cannot cut you anymore. Archangel Michael says, you were chosen to rise. That is why even those who hurt you are being pushed back to face your strength. They cannot escape heaven's justice. Your story is complete. Their return was just the last chapter heaven demanded to be written. And you are the author of the ending. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The winds shift, and you feel the world itself bowing to your strength. Those who once broke you now stand helpless, unable to touch the light that shields you. Heaven has declared your freedom. They do not realize, their return is their own undoing. By stepping back into your story, they expose their weakness. You no longer need them, their presence only proves your rise. Archangel Michael says, every hurt becomes a crown when you endure. Every betrayal becomes a throne when you overcome. That is why destiny forces them to look into your eyes again. The lesson was never about losing them. It was always about finding yourself. And now that you stand whole, heaven erases the chains of yesterday. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Their soul trembles as they face what they created. They cannot escape the truth any longer. The pain they gave you became the fire of your strength. That is the judgment they carry now. Your silence cuts deeper than their words. Your presence shines brighter than their excuses. They are left empty, while you are overflowing. They thought you would beg for their return. Instead, heaven made them beg for your presence. That is the reversal of destiny. They came back to see your light, but they cannot stay in it. Heaven only allows them to witness, not to possess. Their place in your life is gone forever. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The truth is clear now, your spirit has outgrown their shadow. You do not need apologies to heal, because healing has already crowned you. They are only echoes in your story now. Archangel Michael says, heaven closes doors no man can reopen. And when heaven seals a chapter, no shadow can enter again. This is the divine completion of your journey. You walk away with peace in your soul. No fear, no chains, no scars left to carry. The past has finally released you. And as they fade into the distance, you realize the only reason they returned after hurting you was so heaven could prove you are unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. The sky cracks open with silence, and you feel heaven's gaze upon you. Every wound you carried is now glowing like armor. Those who hurt you can no longer touch the soul that has risen above them. They stand far away now, unable to come closer. Destiny does not permit them to stay in your story anymore. Their return was only a shadow, and now the light has erased it. Archangel Michael says, this is the seal of completion. The reason they came back was not for you to hold on, it was for you to let go. Their presence was the final proof of your power. You no longer wait for words, nor crave closure. Heaven gave you everything their lips could never say. You walk into tomorrow unbroken, undefeated, unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Their memory fades like smoke carried by the wind. They cannot haunt you anymore, for heaven has burned the chains away. You are free at last. The silence that once hurt now feels peaceful. The emptiness that once swallowed you now feels full. The pain that once killed you has become your resurrection. This is the justice of heaven. Every betrayal has become your blessing. Every scar has become your crown. They came back only so you could see yourself for who you are now. And now that you have seen it, their shadow dissolves forever. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The night is no longer heavy, it is filled with stars. Each one shines for every tear you once shed. The universe has turned your pain into light. Archangel Michael says, your story has been rewritten. You are no longer the broken child, you are the chosen one crowned with fire. The past bows before your destiny. This is the ending heaven wanted. Not sorrow, not weakness, but triumph. You are free to step forward into miracles. And as you take that step, the heavens open wider, blessing you with strength, love, and victory eternal. The only reason they returned was so you could see, you were always destined to win. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. The stars above whisper secrets only your soul can hear. Their return was not a mistake, it was the handwriting of destiny. Heaven carved this moment long before you ever shed a tear. They stand defeated, carrying the weight of their own choices. You stand victorious, carrying the crown of survival. This is the exchange heaven wanted the world to see. Archangel Michael says, never mistake their return as love, it is revelation. They came to remind you that nothing broken can keep you down forever. You were always destined to rise. Your silence becomes thunder in their heart. Your glow becomes fire in their memory. Their eyes hold regret, but your soul holds freedom. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. They cannot undo the scars, but heaven has already turned them into jewels. Every pain you endured has become your armor. That is why they were sent back. To witness the beauty of what they once tried to destroy. Their return is not your weakness, it is their burden. They carry the shame of their past actions like chains on their back. You carry the light of your spirit like wings. This is balance, the eternal law of the universe. The one who was broken becomes whole, and the one who caused the break becomes restless. That is the justice heaven never fails to deliver. You walk on, stronger, lighter, freer. Their shadow fades behind you, unable to follow where destiny calls you now. This is your path alone. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Every return of the past is like a final chapter being sealed. You no longer need explanations, because truth is written in your soul. They came back only to confirm it. Archangel Michael says, you are chosen for greater things. That is why even betrayal cannot stop your crown. The hurt has become your doorway to miracles. You see them one last time, and there is no pain anymore. Only clarity remains, sharp and glowing. You finally understand why heaven allowed this. It was never about them, it was always about you. About your rise, your rebirth, your power. Their return was only the stage for your coronation. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. The night that once carried pain now carries peace. You look at the path behind you, and every scar has turned into a shining star guiding your way. Heaven has rewritten your story with victory. They are gone now, fading into the distance like forgotten echoes. Their return was never about them, it was about your freedom. And now that you are free, destiny opens a new door for you. Archangel Michael says, this is your coronation. You have survived what was meant to destroy you, and now you are crowned with eternal strength. No shadow can ever touch you again. The reason they returned was simple. They had to see what heaven had built in their absence. Your glow is their lesson. Your survival is their judgment. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The world bows quietly to your spirit now. Even the stars seem brighter, as though they, too, celebrate your rise. The universe sings your name in silence. You no longer feel the chains of yesterday. You only feel the wings of tomorrow lifting you higher. The pain has transformed into a blessing. They could never imagine this moment, but heaven always knew it was coming. That is why the circle had to close. That is why they had to return. This is not the end of your story. This is only the beginning of a greater destiny waiting ahead. The past is sealed, the future is free. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. The shadows cannot follow where you are going. The doors behind you are locked forever. Only light waits on the road ahead. Archangel Michael says, walk boldly, for heaven stands beside you. The storms are over, the crown is yours. You are chosen, and nothing can ever take that away. This is the final lesson. Those who hurt you return only so heaven can prove your power. Their weakness becomes your strength. Their return becomes your triumph. The story is complete. The crown is yours. And eternity itself will carry your name as a survivor, a warrior, a chosen soul. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. The air around you no longer feels heavy. It feels alive, glowing with the fire of every lesson you have survived. Heaven has turned your journey into a song of strength. They are gone, yet the silence they left behind feels like applause. You have become everything they thought you would never be. That is the reason destiny forced them to return. Archangel Michael says, even absence has a voice. It tells the story of how you walked through storms and came out crowned. Their return was not for them, it was for the world to witness your glow. The universe moves differently now because of you. You are no longer walking with wounds, you are walking with wings. The night bends to your spirit, and the dawn rises for your soul. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. Your story will inspire others who feel broken. Heaven will send your light into hearts that are drowning in pain. What you survived has become a message for countless souls. They may never admit their mistakes, but that no longer matters. The truth is not in their words, it is in your survival. You are living proof that heaven always wins. Your past is sealed like an old book on a forgotten shelf. No one can reopen it, no one can rewrite it. The pages belong to heaven alone. And as you step forward, the earth itself seems softer beneath your feet. The journey ahead glitters with unseen miracles. The crown on your soul shines brighter than the sun. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Their return was only the sound of chains breaking forever. The echo of your freedom rings across the heavens. You will never be the same again. Archangel Michael says, remember this truth until your last breath. No hurt, no betrayal, no shadow has power over the chosen. And you are chosen. That is why you stand here now, unbroken. You are not just surviving, you are thriving. You are not just alive, you are divine. Every scar sings the song of your strength. And now the universe bows as you walk forward, carrying the eternal lesson. The only reason they came back was for heaven to crown you with victory. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The dawn rises, and the air feels lighter than ever before. You breathe deeply, knowing the night of pain has ended. Heaven opens a new chapter written only for you. Every step forward feels guided by unseen hands. The road ahead glows with opportunities, love, and blessings. The scars of yesterday have become the keys to tomorrow. Archangel Michael says, the universe bends for the chosen ones. And you are chosen, not just to survive, but to shine brighter than stars. That is why destiny brought you here. Your spirit no longer carries chains, it carries wings. You walk with the authority of someone who has conquered storms. Heaven calls your name like thunder rolling across eternity. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. You see visions of doors opening before you. Each one leads to abundance, peace, and miracles waiting to be claimed. The past has no power in this new reality. They may try to return again, but they will never enter. Heaven will keep your crown safe from all shadows. This time, the circle is fully sealed. Your heart beats with courage now, not with fear. Your eyes shine with hope, not with tears. You are the living proof of heaven's promise. And as you walk further, angels themselves guard your steps. What once tried to break you will now bow before your rise. Nothing can stop the chosen soul. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. The sky above reflects your journey. The storms are gone, the light is endless. The universe itself celebrates your victory. Archangel Michael says, your story will inspire generations. You are not just a survivor, you are a messenger of strength. Heaven will use your voice to heal others. This is the vision of your future, crowned, free, unshaken. Surrounded by love that cannot betray. Blessed with miracles that cannot be stolen. The road beyond is yours now. Walk it with courage, for heaven itself walks beside you. This is your eternal destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. The horizon glows with a fire that feels eternal. You sense it, your name has been written into the book of destiny with golden ink. Nothing and no one can erase it now. The heavens whisper louder than ever before. They call you the survivor who turned into a warrior, the broken soul who became a light for others. The universe bends to the rhythm of your victory. Archangel Michael says, the prophecy has been fulfilled. The ones who left you return only to witness your glory. But the path ahead is yours alone, filled with blessings untouchable by shadows. Your footsteps are not ordinary anymore. They shake the ground with divine power. Every tear has been counted, and every scar has been crowned. You walk now in eternal protection. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. The vision of your future unfolds like a sacred scroll. You see abundance waiting at every turn, miracles flowing like rivers into your life. The chains of yesterday can never reach into tomorrow. They will hear your name and feel the weight of their choices. They will know they lost the light heaven had given them. That is their lesson, not your burden. You will rise higher than they can ever imagine. Your glow will shine across places you have never stepped before. The world will see what heaven already knew, you are chosen. The prophecy says your story was never about loss. It was always about victory disguised as pain. And now the disguise has fallen. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. The skies open wider as angels mark your path. Every step ahead is guarded by divine presence. No betrayal can touch your crown again. Archangel Michael says, remember, those who return after hurting you do so only because heaven commands it. They are not your future, they are your past's final echo. And echoes fade. Your spirit, however, will not fade, it will expand. It will touch hearts across oceans, across time. What you have endured has become a blessing not only for you, but for many. The prophecy ends with one truth: you are untouchable. And your destiny is unstoppable. That is why heaven let them return, so you could finally see yourself as chosen. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. The sky itself begins to tremble as your destiny unfolds. Light bursts across the horizon, painting the heavens in gold. The universe celebrates the chosen one, you. Every angel bows as your spirit rises. The crown on your soul shines brighter than any star. What was once broken has become divine power. Archangel Michael says, "This is the miracle explosion." Everything stolen from you is being restored. Everything you lost is returning multiplied. The past is sealed forever, and the future opens like a river of fire and light. The miracles waiting for you are unstoppable. The prophecy has entered its final phase. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. You see visions of abundance, doors swinging open, blessings rushing in. What was delayed is now delivered. What was denied is now promised. They who once hurt you cannot enter this realm. They were only the test, never the treasure. Their shadow cannot survive your light. The universe now aligns in your favor. Every step ahead brings gifts you never imagined. Every heartbeat carries the rhythm of miracles. This is the explosion heaven promised. Not destruction, but creation. Not sorrow, but eternal joy. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. The prophecy echoes in the wind, the chosen cannot be stopped. No betrayal, no rejection, no darkness can steal what heaven has crowned. You are the eternal flame. Archangel Michael says, your story is not ending, it is only expanding. The world will hear of your rise. The universe will bow to your journey. The miracle explosion lights up the path before you. You no longer walk in silence, you walk in song. You no longer walk in pain, you walk in promise. And as you step into the new dawn, heaven declares, the only reason they returned was to witness your eternal victory. Type Amen to get blessing 3939. The heavens roar like drums in the distance. Trumpets of angels echo through the skies, announcing the rise of the chosen one, you. Every scar you carried is now transformed into fireworks of light. The celebration is not small, it shakes the universe itself. Stars flicker brighter as though clapping for your survival. Even time pauses to honor your journey. Archangel Michael says, the eternal celebration is for your victory. This is not just a moment, it is forever written into destiny. Your rise is a feast in heaven's kingdom. Angels dance in circles of fire, surrounding your spirit with protection. Golden rivers flow at your feet, carrying blessings uncountable. This is the banquet of triumph. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. Every betrayal you endured has turned into music. Every tear has become a jewel woven into your crown. The darkness that once haunted you has become a stage for your glory. Heaven itself sings your name. The universe echoes it like thunder rolling across eternity. You are no longer hidden, you are celebrated forever. Those who left you behind cannot stand in this place. Their shadows dissolve at the gates of your victory. They were never invited to this celebration. This joy is eternal, it cannot be stolen. It cannot be silenced. It is heaven's gift to you. Type Amen to get blessing 4141. The feast continues as eternity bows to your rise. Every angel places blessings in your path like flowers. Every star bends lower in honor. Archangel Michael says, this celebration is the prophecy fulfilled. The crown will never leave your head again. Your destiny will never be broken again. You walk in the eternal halls of triumph now. Your story has become legend, your pain has become prophecy, your crown has become eternal. Heaven itself guards your future. And as you step into forever, the universe whispers the final truth. The only reason they returned was so the world could see your eternal celebration. Type Amen to get blessing 4242.